What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Slow.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Taylor able to find his big tight end Njoku for the Cleveland first down. Now Taylor on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The first down carry here for Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Taylor. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And it's complete. It's Alex Collins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Green.
Here's a first down run with Collins. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gone, 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 gone.
On second down, here's Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll make it third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. It finds Crabtree for the completion. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Collins. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Collins on the handoff. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson on second down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They go play action now. Taylor. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Slow.
Taylor will throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. C.J. Mosley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, it's Taylor. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Gun!
On 2nd down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens are in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Browns getting set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Oh, a good move at the... And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Taylor finding his volume receiver Landry for a big one, 67 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Flushed out right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Tyrod Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are back within a score.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Here's Collins. Room here to run. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to look deep for Perriman. And this is caught at the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll throw on first down with Taylor to the right side and complete to Njoku. Take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku taking it in. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Over.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Over the middle here to Brown. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was looking for Alex Collins that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson going to throw again. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we're at halftime of this AFC WildCard matchup, as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
Slow.
On second down, here's Taylor. Now he steps away. He's all alone, Tyrod Taylor. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Tyrod Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give left side to Collins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Jackson on second down. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now a give to Collins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schroeder. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Taylor. And that's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Taylor now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And some room to work. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Slow.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Slow.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Under.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got the hook up to Landry. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Play action. Now Jackson trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he fends him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. On 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football, So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
All right, here we go.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Collins. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Ready. 319. 319.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Slow.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Taylor going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. He got 29 yards that time. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They run with Collins. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They come out here in the eye. Back to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10. Now Taylor will turn and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Throw. Under.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Flag 32.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Their season, it comes to an end here in the wild card round.
And their goal was to win a divisional round game and get to the conference championship, but they weren't able to get that done. But I don't think it's all negative here. I think it's still a very good season. Didn't quite get there. I bet you we'll see a few of these players in street clothes at the conference title game, soaking it up and vowing to get there themselves next season.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.